Hi everyone, welcome again to the Gospel Army. My name is Anulua Light. Today we'll be talking about the Christian parenting. If you want to know more, just keep watching. Thank you. When the Lord told Abraham in Genesis chapter 18 verse 19 that he trusted Abraham that he would instruct his sons in the way of the Lord, that's a huge commitment, and it shows that the Lord is interested in our style of parenting. There are so many ways, so many models, so many structures of parenting these days. But what exactly is the Christian parenting? The Christian parenting is such that is focused at raising other Christians. We know in every battle there is always the game of numbers, and those with more numbers win. Paul said to Timothy that commit this unto men who are able to also teach others and train others. So the basic essence of a Christian parenting is to raise Christian children, raise a Christian family. And today we'll be talking about three major categories or three major steps of the Christian parenting. The first one is nurture. From birth to when those kids are toddlers, we protect them, provide for them, make sure they are comfortable, get the feeding, the nutritious food, get the right atmosphere, the conducive environment. Nurture is something that the Lord even does for us as our shepherd, who says he provides everything we shall not want. The second step of parenting in this godly concept, in this Christian roadway, is modeling. What are we modeling for our children? What are we showing them? It is not enough to tell them, don't do this, don't do that, stop here, stop there. But what are we showing them? What are they seeing in the home? What are they hearing? What do they see us do? Do you want your children to be godly and yet you are not living a godly life? I know there are some parents that they send their kids to church, to Christian schools, but yet they don't have the Christian values, the foundational Christian values. Have you been able to model to your children that their dependence should be on God foremost? I heard the pastor sharing that his teenage son, whenever he asks for one thing or the other, he always tells the boy to pray to God because God is his own father. So in this stage, we model, show, say, let them see that life in you. And what are we modeling? Like I said the other time, model love to them. Do we truly love our friends, the brethren in church, your extended family? You don't say something and do something else. They are actually capturing and taking in all these things. Let's be who we are. Our work and our talk should always be in sync. Do we model to them grace and forgiveness? Is it that every time you get them punished for everything they do without even knowing the reason? How do you get them to sit down and talk, have a conversation? Why did you act the way you did? Why did you act the other way? What triggered you? What made you do this? So we have to model grace and forgiveness, even in our interaction with other people. Like someone offends me at work, then it's so difficult for me to forgive. How do I model that to my child? Also, we are to model respect and honor to them, respecting people's boundary, respecting people's time. A lot of things we can model. Let me not dwell on that much, but all the godly values, the godly virtues, and the godly way of life should be modeled in a Christian home. So from this modeling, then it can come to influence. It is what they've learned from us. Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. So all these things that they've learned from us in the course of their developing years, the early years, forms the basis of their person and their personality. So when they're away from home, then we have a big influence on them, a very high level of influence, such that freedom can be given when trust is earned. So over the years, from the models that we've given them, they've earned our trust, then there is freedom. Will not panic when they get into the university, when they're out of the house, when they're away from home, because we know that the foundation is very solid on godly principles. Now, there are some other people who don't have biological children of their own. What is their role in the Christian parenting? I would like us to go to 2 Kings chapter 11 from the first to the third verse. There was one superhero hunt there. Her name was Jehosheba. She was the daughter of a king who got married to a priest. So there was this evil queen mother who was after all the king's son who just lost his life. So Jehosheba had to rescue her nephew at the risk of her own life and her own family. Then at the end of the day, together with her husband, they were able to bring Josiah up in the way of the Lord. He was crowned king just at age 7, and all through the lifetime of Jehosheba and priest husband Jehoiada, Josiah walked in the way of the Lord. So this is telling us that the Christian parenting, godly parenting, is just beyond our own biological children. There could be children in the church, children of family members, of friends. How do we carry the burden to pray for them to be on the right track, for them to get it right and live a Christian life? Another very fantastic example is Joseph. Well, when Mary got pregnant with Jesus Christ, he could as well just be nonchalant and say, oh well, he's not my son. But then, at 2 instances that they have to move as a matter of urgency, Joseph rose to the event, he rose to the situation, and he was able to show himself worthy of being trusted with our Messiah. So let's always remember that these children, they are from God. They are not ours. It's just like being given a loan or being called a trustee, being a guardian. So we should see them as children of God, as a creation of God, not just our mini-me like we like to play around with these days. That brings us to the end of Christian parenting. Till next time I come your way, keep doing parenting God's way.